you have your priorities. Comics, mortgage, pay-per-view wrestling, hot wings. Here's Comic Book Man with the Shipshape update.
They'll go easy on me, won't they, Mr. Ness?
3 murders in 2 weeks. I'll go easy with you, all right. I'll put a cushion on the electric chair.
You've got a date with a ship. It's Shipshape Update for February 9th, 2011.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for Shipshape Update! This is the update for Wednesday, February the 9th, 2011. This is your teachable moment for everything that's shipping to alternate reality this coming week. And this week, if you come in on this Wednesday, you will find 43 reorder items that are coming back to the store. They're not here now, but they're coming back. Also this week you'll find 187 brand new items that are going to be at the store. You put those two together and it gives you a grand total of 230 total items that are coming to alternate reality. They'll be here Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. when I open up the doors. Don't miss it. Be sure to be here because you're going to want all these wonderful, wonderful items. You're going to want at least one of those for your very, very own. So come on down here and pick them up.
What could stop me?
What could stop you? Snowpocalypse! I have got 126 comics coming in this week out of that total, and all of those 126 comics are going to be 15% off all week long for everybody. And if you bought every one of those, it would save you $54.39, but I'll have more of that at the horse race. What happened this week? Well, let's see. What happened this week? Jeff, did anything happen this week? Snowpocalypse! Snowpocalypse happened this week. Between Tuesday afternoon at 11 a.m. and Wednesday about 11 the next day, so less than 24 hours, we had 20 inches of snow here in Chicago. We had 70-mile-an-hour winds. We had whiteout conditions. We had 900 cars stranded on the Lakeshore Drive. And we had a no New Comic Wednesday. If you watched Shipshape last week, it was for last Wednesday, the 2nd of February. We didn't have a New Comic Wednesday in Chicago, at least not here at Alternate Reality. When I got up Wednesday morning and I looked out the door and I saw what I had to shovel, I called off the day. Now, if you went to the store's website or if you went to the store's Facebook page or the Comic Book Man Facebook page, you saw the notices that said that there was no New Comic Day for this week, no New Comic Wednesday, because there's no way I was going to make it in. I hope all of you did that because that's what those are for. That is essentially, you should think of the store's website and the Facebook page as your news program on Monday morning. Is there going to be school this week or is there? There's no scroll across the bottom, but stuff like that, that's where you're going to find out that information. You can't call into school because nobody's here, but you can go to the store's website and see what we're doing on days like that.
That one they might have been able to figure out all by themselves.
But we did have a New Comic Thursday. New Comic Wednesday was pushed to Thursday, and we had a New Comic Thursday. I was here from 8 to 8, and everything I said last week applied on Thursday. What else happened this week? Infestation Month began here at Alternate Reality. What's Infestation Month? Last month was Fantastic Four. It was the Hero of the Month. This month is Infestation. Now, over at IDW, at the end of last month, they started the Infestation crossover event. Star Trek, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, and Transformers, those four, are going to be invaded by zombies this month and into March. And all the month long, all of my trade paperbacks that feature those four worlds are 25% off all month long here at the store. I'm also going to have a bunch of Dollar Day books featuring all four of those families of books as well. So come on down to the store. I'll have those for $1, and I'll have the trade paperbacks for 25% off all month long. You don't want to miss it. This week, though, we're going to have a first day sale, as always, this coming Wednesday, and there'll be 40% savings on that crossover event and a marvelous selection of other comics and trades. But we're going to start off with the magazine, which is a sports institution here in Chicago, and that is the Chicago Bulls. This is the Chicago Bulls 2010-2011 yearbook. It's a $10 cover price. It is $6 if you come down here this coming Wednesday, anytime from 8 to 8, if I still have copies left. You can pick this up. This is literally a yearbook. Every Chicago Bulls profiled in here. Everybody who works behind the scenes at Chicago Bulls is profiled in here. There's a big article in here on the Honey Bears, or Honey Bulls, or whatever, Lovables.
That's it.
Lovable cheerleaders. If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, this is what you want. This is an absolutely indispensable piece of memorabilia for the Chicago Bulls, and it's going to be 40% off this coming Wednesday. Don't you miss it. Also this week, 2 trade paperbacks. We're going back to the beginning of the Marvel Universe and Prince Namor, Bill Everett's wonderful creation, the hybrid king of the seven seas. And there are 2 trade paperbacks this week that are 40% off. Namor Visionaries by John Byrne, $24.99 cover price. It's got a $14.99 sale price here this coming Wednesday. Every historian here is written and drawn with covers by John Byrne. It's 216 pages. It's rated A, and this reprints Namor the Submariner, the 1990 series, number 1 through 9. This is one of Marvel's most iconic characters, penciled as only John Byrne can. Namor learns the truth about his nasty temper. He faces corporate threats of the diabolical Mars, 2 R's, twins, tames the deadly Griffin, is sued for his attacks on New York. That's right, he's sued, and then he gets beheaded. What more could you ask for?
Anger management.
What more could you ask for? That's 40% off. Also this week, Namor, First Mutant, Volume 1 trade paperback, $14.99 cover price, $8.99 sale price is coming Wednesday. This reprints Namor, the First Mutant, number 1 through 4, the series that's out right now. And of course, issues 1 through 4 spun out of X-Men Curse of the Mutants, where Namor met undersea vampires. Namor takes matters into his own hands at a mission that brings down the entire might of the vampire nation on his head, and in the process destroys Atlantis yet again. Is this like the 12th time we've destroyed Atlantis in like the last 4 years? What lurks below the oceans where the sun can't reach, you'll find out. These stories are all written by Stuart Moore and drawn by Ariel Olivetti with Jay Lee covers. Comic book wise, as I mentioned, the Star Trek Infestation number 1 is coming out this week, continues the Infestation event. It's $3.99 cover price, $2.39 this week here at the store. It's written by Scott Tipton and David Tipton and Casey Maloney, and it's drawn by John K. Snyder III and Casey Maloney. This is the first ever crossover event between Star Trek and zombies. It's not the first ever crossover event between Star Trek and other franchises, because Marvel actually did an X-Men Star Trek crossover with the original series and with the Next Generation. But this is the first time that as far as I'm aware, and as far as anyone else is aware, that Star Trek has ever met zombies. But anyway, 2-issue miniseries. It comes in this week. The crew's on a routine visit to a colony world where a horrifying turn of events occurs. I've seen preview pages of this. This looks like it takes place right after Star Trek: The Motion Picture. They're all wearing those earth tone pajamas and the thing. But anyway, that's going to be 40% off this Wednesday. Also this week, 3 Marvel comics that are 40% off. Wolverine 5.1 is coming in this week. $2.99 cover, $179 here at the store. Written by Jason Aaron, drawn by Jeff Palto, with a cover by Pablo Rivera. Start reading at this .1 issue. We're celebrating Wolverine's birthday. And you know what? Wolverine hates his birthday. You would hate your birthday, too, if you were born in 1820. Because every year just keeps coming by, and every year, another year you're chalking off on the wall, and you never get any older, and nobody ever gets any smarter, and he never gets any smarter either. But anyway, that's coming in, and Wolverine's new girlfriend decides to throw him a birthday party with the Avengers and the X-Men, and everybody shows up, and then the blood starts flowing. So, you don't want to miss that this week.
That goes well.
Also, Onslaught Unleashed number 1 of 4, $3.99 cover, $2.39 here at the store. Written by Sean McKeever, who's an Eisner Award winner, by the way, and is drawn by Felipe Andre from X23, with a cover by Humberto Ramos, and two variant covers by Rob Liefeld, a left cover and a right cover. Lazy bastard.
I get the Ramos cover anyway.
Secret Avengers and Young Allies co-star, deep in the heart of Colombia, an immense unmarked engine is humming and roaring, and its purpose is to exploit a tear in the barrier between worlds and harvest and refine the exotic energy found in the negative zone. And on the other side of that barrier is Onslaught, who's going to come out and play for 4 issues. This is 40 pages, and it's rated T+. And finally, we have our book of the week from Marvel, Power Man and Iron Fist number 1 of 5. $2.99 cover price, $179 here at the store this coming Wednesday. Written by Fred Van Lente, drawn by Wellington Alves, with a cover by Mike Perkins. Marvel's original mismatch action duo brings a whole new era of greatness starting right here. Charging out from the pages of Shadowland comes the first ever Power Man Iron Fist number 1. That's right, there's never been a Power Man Iron Fist number 1. Really, there hasn't. Danny Rand and his new partner Victor Alvarez, the all-new Power Man, team up for their first case, in which Luke Cage and Danny Rand's former secretary, Jenny Royce, is in prison for a murder which she may not have committed. This is 32 pages long, and it's rated A. And now it's time for the horse race. Coming in first place this week is Marvel Comics with 30 titles. DC is second with 24. Image is third with 10. IDW is fourth with 8. And Dynamite is fifth with 6. I also have 22 indie titles, 26 Crap Factor titles for a grand total of 126 new comics that are coming in this week. Now, if you bought every one of those comics, it would cost you $362.61. But here at Alternate Reality, all new comics are 15% off. That would save you $54.39, which would mean you'd only spend $308.22. You are not going to buy all those comics. Nobody does. But come on down for your piece of the pie, because everybody saves 15% off every day here at Alternate Reality. And now it's time to go to the Kids Corner and find out what's going on with kids shipping for this week. And in the Kids Corner this week, we have got one reorder item coming back to the store, and that is Muppet King Arthur trade paperback. A bunch of them last week, only one this week. There'll be more in the future. As the stuff moves, I always reorder it. New this week, though, I've got a handful of really nice stuff. 2 trade paperbacks that are brand new coming in this week. Phineas and Ferb, Early Comic Reader number 4. It's About Time. Get it? It's about time. It's a time travel story.
That's a good one.
Also, Sonic the Hedgehog Select Trade Paperback Volume 3 is coming in this week. Magazine-wise, I've got Betty and Veronica Friends Double Digest, number 211, World of Archie Double Digest, number 4, and these 2 magazines, too, which you will not find at other stores, but you will find here at Alternate Reality, other comic book stores. And they are Ranger Rick, number 45.2. That's right, volume 45, number 2. Ranger Rick. Oh, look at that big bottlenose dolphin. This is a great magazine for little kids to learn all about the great outdoors. Also this week, Star Wars Clone Wars, number 3, the 3rd issue of the Star Wars Clone Wars magazine for kids out there, based on, of course, the Cartoon Network animated series. So you might want to come in and pick that up. New comic book-wise this week, I've got 6 new comics coming in for children of all ages, and they include all new Batman Brave and the Bold number 4, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes number 4 of 4, last issue for that series, Betty number 190, Captain America the Korvac Saga number 3 of 4, Superheroes number 11, that's Marvel Superheroes number 11, and the Kids Book of the Week, SpongeBob SquarePants comic book number 1.
Way to go.
All right, SpongeBob SquarePants is finally getting his own comic book. First issue shipping this week. It's written and drawn by a whole bunch of folks. They don't have it broken down, but James Kolochia is working on the book.
Oh, yeah,
Varda Siorek, a bunch of other folks. There are folks who are not only in comics, but also folks who are in animation who are working on this comic. Now, in this first issue, in this premiere issue, the world's most popular fry cooking sponge has a whole collection of comics, and they're done, like I said, by a bunch of talented Indian mainstream folks. The stories are, in this first issue, SpongeBob has a recurring nightmare about his favorite cereal. Squidward introduces music to the Krusty Krab, and Mermaid Man is freaked out by a fan who just won't stop staring.
You're freaking me out, comic book man.
Plus a page of sponge funnies and pinups and puzzles and all sorts of neat stuff in this first issue. Let me mention before I get out of here with that this is a Bongo comic. The same folks who do the Simpsons comic, they're also doing the SpongeBob comic. So that means it's not going to be your traditional kiddie fare. It's going to be a little twisted, but it's still for kids and it's still good for all ages. And that's it for the Kids Corner for this week. Now it's time to go back to Command Central and see what's going on with this week's late list. And it's time for the home stretch. Late list this week. 20 items have been added to the late list. Go to the store's website, and each one of the shipping pages has got a late list on it. It's updated every week. It's updated right now. These 20 items have been added to the late list, and all the old stuff's been taken off. Of note this week, Batman Europa number 1 or 2 have been pushed back again. Those have been on the late list before as basket cases, but they've both been pushed back. Boys number 51 has been pushed back from Dynamite.
Not bloody enough.
Not bloody enough. Wonder Woman number 608 has also been pushed back. And those are the things of note. In the basket case, though, the basket case of the week is the Ami Kami statues that are coming up. There are 2 of them coming up. Dula Dent as the Joker vinyl figure and Jesse Quick as the Flash vinyl figure. Both of them have been pushed back to the 30th of March. So you will not see them until then. Normally I don't have action figures, but it's a late list. And 2 of these showed up at the same time. So what the heck. Also, one of the things I want to mention is a checklist. Go to the store's website, go to the checklist page, right-click, and hit print. And this is what should come spitting out of your computer. This is all 126 comics that are shipping to the store this week for having to hold in your very own checklist. And last thing I want to talk about is a reminder. This show and the store's website has been getting updated earlier than you have been seeing over the last couple of years. We've mentioned that before. It was late this past week because of Snowpocalypse. The website was late, And getting the show up was late as well, but that was because of snowpocalypse. We don't have snowpocalypses only every once in a while. This is the third worst snowstorm in Chicago history.
And we lived through them all.
Last one was in 79, and the one before that was in 67.
And I was around for all of them.
Jeffy was here for all of them. I was here for all of them. I remember 67 too. I was a wee little shaver, but I remember 67 too. So unless we have another snowpocalypse in the next week or two,
we're going back to being early.
Watch this to be coming out earlier than you are normally used to. And that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. Stop by at the store this coming Wednesday for this week's new comics. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man saying bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.